How did we get here? Just how did we get to the point of watching people read in pain while we sit back and record them? The quest for social media visibility, popularity, and money has taken a new dimension as most content creators, out of the desperation to make it on social media, no longer have value for human welfare and human life. This is not a welcome development. Before now, when there is an emergency where someone's life is at stake, the first thing that comes to mind is how to save the person. You see people running helter-skelter, doing all what they can to save the person's life. These days, in the face of an emergency, where someone is in dire need of help, 99% of the people surrounding that person are content creators who want to create content for their page, their social media page. People that want to record that situation for their own selfish interests. Someone is crying for help. Someone is dying. And the only thing you can think of at that moment is how to use that situation to your own advantage. How to use that situation for your selfish interests. Some people even go live at the scene. They go live to pull traffic to their page. They want to be the first to carry first-hand information. They want to get more engagement on their page at the detriment of another person's life. How bad can it get? How did we get here? Just how did we get to the point of watching people read in pain while we sit back and record them comfortably? Someone is dying. Someone needs help. And instead of rendering that help, all you can think of is how to use the situation for your selfish interests, for your popularity, for your gain. So many people have lost their lives out of negligence. Probably they needed help, and the people they had around them were not interested in helping them. They were only interested in recording them to boost their social media page, to put traffic to their page, to have more engagement on their page. That was all they were interested in. A simple first aid treatment can go a long way to save somebody's life. We should not take these little things for granted. We might call them little, but applying them can go a long way to save people's lives. Imagine a woman was in labor, and all that a nurse could think of was to pick up her phone and start recording the woman. As she was recording the woman, she was laughing. When I watched the video, I was trying to figure out what was funny that was making her laugh. And I concluded that, unknowing to her, she was laughing at her stupidity. I highly doubt if a trained nurse can do such a thing. A trained nurse that knows what her job entails will not do such. And it makes me wonder how these people get the license with which they operate. these quack nurses, how do they get the license they operate with? Who give them the go-ahead to handle lives when they don't have value for life? How? You don't have to be a nurse to know how painful childbirth can be. You don't even have to be a mother to know that. Someone who was obviously not smiling, someone who was obviously in pain, you started recording the person. You took advantage of the person's situation. Your patient was in a vulnerable state and you took advantage of her. What a nurse. As humans, we all need to have the feeling of empathy. Try to imagine yourself in another person's ugly situation. Imagine you are the one going through that pain. You know how desperately you will need help should you be in that pain. That feeling alone will trigger you, will motivate you, it will prompt you to offer the necessary help. So many people lack empathy. So long as it is not happening to them, they don't care. It is normal, it is okay. It is okay until it starts happening to you. That being said, some content creators who lack meaningful content will set their camera, set their ring lights, and start spilling rubbish about other people. You start saying things that are not true, unverified information. You heard a rumor, and without doing your findings, you want every other person to hear it. You don't know if what you have heard is the truth or not. You want every other person to hear it because you think you have the freedom of speech. Of course, you have the freedom of speech. But let me tell you, freedom after speech is what no court of law in the world will guarantee you. You tarnish people's image, you defame people's character, and when you are charged for it, you start begging. You start begging like your apology can repair the person's image. False information travels far and wide, more than information that is true. You might come out to apologize, but I tell you, that apology may not travel as wide as the false information you gave about the person. The people that saw that false information, the people that got to hear about it, may not hear about the apology you made. That is why you have to be careful. Be careful what you say about other people. You say things without caring how people will take it, how people will take those things, without caring about their emotional well-being. That is wickedness. Before you do anything to anybody or say anything about anybody, always remember the golden rule, which says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Ask yourself, if this thing is being done to me, how will it make me feel? Be concerned about the emotional health of other people before saying things. The internet is a very large space. Whatever you say on the internet travels very far. You are just in your room recording, but by the time you post that thing you have recorded on social media, it travels very far, even to places you have never been, to places you will never be. If everybody can abide by the golden rule, the internet space will not be as toxic as it is now. And the world at large will be a peaceful place for everybody. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. I leave you with this.